My first guest is a comedian and an actor. He's also the star of the new ABC sitcom, My Wife and Kids, which seems to be a big hit. Please welcome Damon Wayans. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations, your show's doing great.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, well, that's very exciting.
Yeah,
that's very cool. And I was just mentioning Tiger in the Masters. Did you watch this? Did you witness this?
I watched some of it. I watched the first day, and he was down. And you know, that's what's wonderful about him is that he comes back from nowhere. You know,
right?
And I think that's what his competitors hate about him. You know, I know they're talking about him. You know.
You think so? You think they're bad mouthing him?
Yeah, that little bastard is what they say.
What?
No, because it's like the last great white sport, you know? And so, you know, and it's not just white people who are black people actually upset with him because he called himself Malaysian.
Right.
You know, and so it's like, but you got to look at him. You see he's not 100% black. He got too many teeth, first of all, to be...
That's the giveaway, huh?
Yeah, he had some back teeth missing or something. And, you know, you can really see the Asian in him. You know, when you look, you go, okay, he's Asian. Right. Especially when he's calculating how far he's going to hit that ball. Then you know, it's all kind of like... 400 yards.
Do you think he draws on all his ethnic, then, lines to help him in different ways?
It's amazing. You know what? I was listening to some commentators, and they were talking about how he was built. He's designed to play the game because of his background. You know, and they go, well, you know, he's a phenomenon. I mean, look at the little eyes. The eyes actually help him from ever having the sun impede his vision. And those lips keep him over the ball at all times. And he's got the flat behind, the Asian behind, which keeps him locked in position. And then, you know, the black penis, which acts as a tripod. It actually acts as a tripod to give him the perfect kickback.
Wow. I never heard them say that, but I'll take your word on it. Now, you are from New York City, obviously, but you now live in Los Angeles. So what teams do you root for? I know you're a sports fan. What do your alliances go? Are they L.A., New York?
Honestly, there aren't too many teams. Since Michael Jordan left the game of basketball, I really haven't watched. There's no heroes in the game for me. You know, they're great players. Allen Iverson is a great player. Yeah. You know, but you don't want to see him on a box of cereal.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you got cornrows in your cornflakes.
That's going to get in the food, yeah.
Latrell Sprewell's another great player, but, you know, you don't want to see him on the box of cereal choking the coach, you know, eating your Wheaties like this. Right. Patrick Ewing, great player, but, you know, do you want to look at this every morning?
Poor Patrick.
Breakfast of chimpanzees.
Oh, wait a minute. Good Lord.
And, you know, I like the Lakers. I think the Lakers might pull it together. I hope, hopefully Kobe will come back.
Yeah. Do you like Shaq?
I love Shaq. I love Shaq. Because he's a gentle giant.
Yeah.
You know, you think about a guy 300-something pounds, and the way they foul him. First of all, you got to stab him to foul him because he's so big. And, you know, people are so amazed that, you know, win championships, but the guy is 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's putting the ball in the hoop like this. You know? And then they try to make it sound like a big thing. Oh, look at that turnaround shot by Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't look that impressive.
You know what's interesting is I love watching him win his ring last year because he cried. You know, and to me, at a certain point, you're too damn big to be crying.
You think he's too big to cry?
You know, I wanted to jump up and kick him in his behind. But it was vulnerable. It was nice to see. You know, he's crying. Even though he did look a little like the Green Mile when he was...
Now, let's talk about the show. The show is doing phenomenally well so far.
Yeah.
And it's called My Wife and Kids. You get to work with Tisha Campbell on this show, who's one of the more attractive women on television, I think.
And not only is she attractive, she's just like a guy's girl. Like, you can hang out. She's grown up with brothers, so you can't really shock her. You know, and she's not sitting around fishing for compliments all day long, like a lot of women, especially women in show business. They're very vain, you know. And I think that's part of the reason why, you know, guys have a hard time with women. They lie. We lie to women because they like lies.
They want it from us. They want us to lie to them.
Yeah, because they can't handle guy truth. And, you know, like when you first meet them, you have to lie. You can't tell them what you really think. You have to say, you know what, when I first saw you walk into this club, my heart stopped, and I told myself I didn't want to breathe again until I knew your name. Right?
By the way, that is very good.
Yeah, I almost had
Very good.
you. But what he really wants to say is, you know what, when you first walked in this club, all I saw was that ass. And I just said, man, if I could just have that for one night.
See, the problem is I've said that.
Yeah,
I've said, yeah, yeah.
And we continue to lie. We lie during the relationship, you know, to keep them involved. They say stuff like, what are you thinking? I'm thinking about you. Really? What he's really thinking is, how can I kill you and get out of this relationship?
Wow. I understand you lost your job at Hallmark Cards. Is that right?
Yeah.
They kicked you out. Now, of course, you were a stand-up comedian for such a long time, and a very edgy comedian. You weren't afraid to say anything, to do anything. Now you're doing this TV show, My Wife and Kids, and you have this pressure now to be politically correct, do you think, to conform, to tone it down?
Yeah, well, I have to kind of adjust to what it is. It's 8 o'clock TV, and it's just everywhere they pulling back. You know, it's hard. You're one of the privileged few who can, you know, actually do something because it's on late, you know?
Right, right.
And, you know, I mean, it's in everything. I was watching a Viagra commercial. This is politically correct.
It's like a politically correct Viagra commercial.
Right.
Yeah.
We all know what Viagra does, and I'm looking at the commercial, it's two old people dancing, just dancing around. And I'm thinking, this does not represent the product. So I actually came up with my own idea for a Viagra commercial.
Yeah.
So check this out. Here's what I would do. Okay. There's a guy standing in the back of an elevator, and he got packages in both arms. And he's just standing there waiting, pacing it. Then a beautiful woman steps on the elevator, and she got packages in both her arms, too. Right?
Right.
And she's having a hard time pressing the button because she can't quite negotiate the packages. And she doesn't know, and the guy just sits there and he confidently smiles and says, "Miss, can I get that for you?"
And make that ad for you. That would be great. I like the way you think. My Wife and Kids is on ABC Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, and continued success with that.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for making time for us.
Hey.
I know you're a busy guy. But thank you. Damon Wayans, one of the funniest guys about.